Some legends fight for fortune, others answers. But we shall all be forged in the glorious realm.
Mirage, quiet. Path, are we clear?
This is my favorite part. Exciting.
Welcome to Apex Legends, or more commonly referred to as just Apex by the player base. Apex is a free-to-play, first-person hero battle royale shooter developed by Respawn Entertainment and Panic Button Games, published by EA. The game has seen quite a bit of success since launch and is available on nearly every major gaming platform, making it a very competitive shooter on all these platforms and game genres. Apex can be played in a variety of ways, usually in groups of 2 or 3 on one team, on servers hosting the connection of up to 60 players. Before we get into the different game modes Apex has to offer, it is important to point out that it is possible to play with one other person or by yourself. These groups will be your team and are known as your squad. Once all players are connected to a match server, players pick characters to play for the duration of the match. These characters are known as legends, which are divided into a few categories: offensive, defensive, support, and recon. These categories are designed to give you an idea of the useful tools and roles a legend might play within a team, making it advisable to choose a balance of them for your squad. The playstyle and abilities of these legends can drastically impact a team's tactics and how they approach fights with other squads, or maybe you're picking a legend for their personality.
Let's do this. It'll be fun. If not, well, we all make bad choices. You live, you learn.
And once a legend is picked, no other player in that squad can pick that legend. Now, the game modes. First, we have Arenas. This mode is somewhat newer and has been added to Apex relatively recently. It is a 3-person per squad game in which 2 squads spawn opposite sides of an arena, purchase equipment with a limited amount of currency, and close into battle, eliminating the other squad to earn a point for the round. Squads are then reset to their respective sides and given more currency to buy better gear. They repeat fighting until one squad achieves 4 points. Squads may also loot supply bins for currency and equipment to get an edge over the other squad. If both are within 3 to 4 points, they must fight until one has 2 points over the other to be the winner of the game. There are also a few elements like types of equipment and rings that we'll talk about in Apex's main game mode. The most active game mode and primary competitive pursuit among players in Apex as an esport is called Trios, played in squads of 3 players, 20 squads per match, all competing to be the last squad alive. Now there is also a game mode Duos, played in squads of 2 players with 30 squads per match, but it is much more chaotic and does not have the competitive backing and ranking system that Trios has. So how does a match work from start to finish? After all players load into the match server, they will be shown their squad mates, taking turns selecting legends. They are carried through the sky horizontally on a randomly chosen straight path, moving from one end of the arena to the other. At any time along this path, each squad will choose to drop down to the arena and begin gathering items like weapons, ammo, attachments, armor, healing resources, and ultimately fight other nearby squads using what they find. Fights are highly focused on gunplay, from ARs to SMGs, LMGs, marksman weapons, sniper rifles, shotguns, pistols, and the abilities of legends. Surviving squads then typically loot the defeated to grow stronger by taking their resources. After a short time, a large circular field begins to close in around the arena, forcing remaining squads closer together to battle as proximity to one another increases. This occurs up to 6 times throughout the game as time passes until there is a winner, each ring forcing squads closer together. After all other squads are defeated, the game cuts to showing off our match's winners, who may now taunt in celebration of their victory. But Apex, while loved, had copious reasons for players to be frustrated at launch in February of 2019. There were only 8 legends to pick from, all of which had overpowered abilities. Many of the items in the game had major balancing issues. Some weapons were way stronger than others. There was only one map to play, making gameplay monotonous. Servers were unstable and exploits were aplenty. Despite many of these issues, over 80 teams of 240 professional esports players immediately competed in Apex's first preseason invitational on PC, organized by EA and Respawn for a prize of $500,000 in September of 2019. In December, after the invitational, EA and Respawn announced the championship tournament for January of 2020 the following year, the Apex Legends Global Series. Here there were 5 separate championship matches by region: North America, South America, Europe, Middle East and Africa, Asia Pacific North, and Asia Pacific South, for a now $2.58 million prize pool. In 2021 to 2022 this year, the prize pool was then increased to $5 million, this time allowing console players to compete too. Viewership for such a large-scale event began low, averaging less than 10,000 viewers in North America, but spiked to an average of 55,000 viewers and peaked at 300,000 viewers as the season progressed. By the time finals had taken place and the tournament was complete, the average audience size per minute was over 539,000, and 10.3 million total hours watched, breaking viewership records across all of EA's other game titles.